All right, right now we're joined by Calais Campbell, the Arizona Cardinals and Pop Warner Humanitarian Award winner, and we just saw some highlights of some of your top plays from the past couple of years, and it kind of speaks for itself, your play on the field. What's been some of the keys to your success in the NFL?
Really, it comes down to just my preparation. I prepare as best I can to be the best I can be on the field, and usually if you work hard than everybody else, you can perform just as good, if not better.
Yeah, absolutely. And now growing up, you were all-state in both football and basketball. What kind of shifted you more towards pursuing a career in football?
Since I was a kid, all I wanted to do was play football. That was my dream. And I started playing basketball when I got good at it. I became 6'8", and I could run and jump a little bit. So basketball came easy for me. But since I was 6 years old, I wanted to play in the NFL. That was my ultimate dream.
Now, growing up, too, you grew up with a big family. We have a couple of them here today, brother and sister. And you also kind of credit your dad as being a big part of your life. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. So my father was probably my most influential person in my life. When it came down to just being the best person I could be in school and in football or any sport I was doing. He always told me to be the best be the best I could be at whatever I'm doing, and always, he said, everybody has talent. If you want to be the best, you have to outwork everybody else. And so he installed those strong qualities in me at a young age. But really, what he did was he was there. He was there for me, and always showed up at events when he could, and working a full-time job. But then making sure that he still came to the sporting events when he could, and. That was huge for me. I believe that he's the reason why I want to give back and try to be like him if I can. I would love for one day when I'm old and gone from this world for people to say that I was a great man. I was like my father.
Well, you're definitely heading in the right direction. It sounds like you had a great role model. And shifting away kind of from the NFL, looking at one of the main reasons we're here tonight is academics, and these kids all excel, usually on the field, but also off the field. It's something that must have been pretty important to you, graduating from University of Miami with a degree. Probably goal was to play in the NFL, but education was probably number one.
Oh yeah, education was definitely number one because I knew the NFL was it was so hard to get to. So I wanted to be there, and I worked as hard as I could to get there. And lucky enough I got here, but I always made sure that I put school first because I knew how important my education would be if football did not work out. And even after, even with it working out now, I still use my education to try to better myself and, make sure that I do all the right things now, even having been in the NFL. But the story that most people, I guess some people know, but not many people know, is that I had a chance to leave school as a redshirt sophomore in college and go and enter the draft. And I decided I wanted to come back and get my degree. So I loaded up on my classes so I can get my degree before I left. I still left, as a redshirt junior.
Right.
But I got my degree first before I entered the draft, and that was important to me.
Oh, wow. It's completely impressive, and you've kind of carried that off, too. One thing that people don't really think about with NFL players is you got to plan for a career after the NFL. And now you've taken part in the NFL, the entrepreneurial program. You've done an internship or two. What kind of things have you tried to do to prepare yourself for down the road when your career does end?
It starts with just figuring out what I really want to do, so I'm trying different things, studying different things, I love to get into the business world, and, I've tried to learn the real estate market, I've researched like different companies and how they work, and, try to make grow my network and interact with people who are in the business world and figure out what they do and what makes them successful. But really, I have a strong interest for film, so I would love to get into the film world when I'm done, but no matter what I do, I know that I'm gonna put my time and effort into it to be successful at it, but I definitely won't be sitting at home, not doing anything. I love getting out of the house and being active, and when football's done, I have to find something else to take up most of my time.
Well, it's going to be down the road from now, but you're definitely setting yourself up for the future. Lastly, the other reason you're receiving this award is because giving back to the community is something that's obviously pretty passionate to you. You can tell just listening to you talk about it. You also have a foundation yourself. What importance has that been in your life and your success in the NFL?
It's huge. I believe that when you are blessed with what I've been blessed with in my life, you have to have that mentality of you're a role model, and people look up to you, and it's your duty to encourage and help the people in need. And, my foundation does a lot with underprivileged kids who come from broken homes and need a positive role model in their life. And I take pride in being that, It's very important to me to be able to try and change, one kid's life if I can. If I can make one kid go down a different path for the better and become something successful, I know I did my part. But I love the game of football, and that is a great thing that has gave me the opportunity to be able to do so much more. But it's my life is so much bigger than football, and I want Calais Campbell, the man, to be better than Calais Campbell, the football player.
Well, certainly everything you've done on the field is impressive, but everything you're doing off the field is equally, if not more, impressive. So congratulations on everything. We're so glad that you were here this weekend, and you're totally deserving of this award. So thank you very much for being here with us this weekend.
Thank you.
All right, tonight's Pop Warner Humanitarian Award winner, Calais Campbell.